I came up with 3 different areas of my business that I was really focusing on. First was personal, second was personal team growth, and then duplication, so helping my coaches do that. So first was personal growth. I was hitting Success Club 10 every month as of January of 2014. And that was not just because I thought I wanted to hit Success Club 10 and all of that, because I was still scared of Success Club 6, but we got an email in December of 2013 saying anyone who hit Success Club 10 all 12 months of 2014 will get $750 extra towards the cruise, or not cruise, it was a trip to Cancun. And you guys, dangle any incentive in front of me, even a tank top or money or anything, I will bend over backwards to do it. And Success Club 10 was the qualification. So that's what I did. And I'm going to talk about it in a little bit, but I was signing up either customers or working coaches at the time, because discount coaching was not a thing. That phrase didn't exist. At least I hadn't heard about it until about a year into coaching. Another thing, tracking. I actually phrased myself forever ago, the follow-up queen. I would invite everybody so I could get them on my follow-up list. My whole intention was to build a super long follow-up list. Tracking can look different for everybody. What worked for me probably only made sense to me, but I was an Excel guru. So like the top of my Excel spreadsheet was the day of the week, and then the bottom of the same spreadsheet was a month. So it was like 3 or 4 months out, and then other. And so when I invited someone, I would immediately add them to that follow-up list, and depending on the day, I knew exactly the names of who to follow up with each day. And then for the inevitable people that were pregnant or got their wisdom teeth out or had some life situation going on, I put them in the other. So I said, pregnant in October, due in whatever 9 months from now is, follow up then. Or this happened, follow up then. So I was so adamant about following up and actually staying on track with those people. So it was a lot of personal messages. I have never been the person to attract people to me, unfortunately. I wish that I was, but it was a lot of like me reaching out to other people. So know that if you are really good at attracting people, I think that's amazing, and I need some tips from you. But I think it's our job to introduce this opportunity in coaching, but challenge groups, all of it, to people that are too afraid to reach out. Now, for team growth, like I said earlier, I started doing sneak peeks. I was scared to death, but I remember my coach was doing them, and I asked her, can I be featured on the next sneak peek? And all I had to do was share my story, but I had all of the doubts, right, of like, I don't even have a story to begin with. Even if I do, it's not inspiring. Like, I don't have any trauma from my past or anything. No one's gonna wanna listen to me, all of that, but I knew that this was something that I had to do. So I did it, terrified. I just rambled for like 15 minutes on whatever my story I created was. But after that, I did them on my own. So I was like a coach for maybe 2 months at this point, and I did my own sneak peeks every 2 weeks consistently. And I think I know that that's how I got to Emerald rank. It took me 2 months to get to Emerald, but they were both working coaches because, again, discount coaches wasn't a thing. So I was inviting people to join these hotlines, you guys. You had to call in, and you had to, you heard little dings as people came on. And first of all, no one ever came on for like my first 3. It was just me. And then once I had coaches, I made them join me. But people joined, and they wanted to work the business. Also, I got to Diamond with working coaches. It took me 6 months, but all of them said they wanted to work the business. One of the hardest things I think as a leader is we always see more potential in people than they see in themselves. And so, yes, I was Diamond with, 12 working coaches, but really only 2 actually wanted to work the business. So when I was reflecting back on my income and ranks and what may have played a role in earning 6 figures in my 2 years, first, I realized that I was earning what I considered to be a solid income as an Emerald coach. My goal initially was $150 a month because, well, I don't really have a reason. That number just popped in my head. And I have crap ton of student loan debt, and I paid a lot of it off, but $150 was just gonna go to student loans. And then my first 4 weeks, I earned $0. My 5th week, I earned $4.99 because I sold a Shakeology sampler pack. And then my 6th week, I earned $150. And to me, I was like, blown away. Like, that was my goal for the month. So the fact that I did that in 1 week, I was like, can I do it again? And then again, and then again, and I was so competitive just with myself. And so that really sparked my fire, like, I did it, let me do it again. And so as an Emerald, with 2 working coaches, but I didn't even get any Team Cycle bonuses right away, because 1 working coach signed up in December, but she didn't actually start working the business until March. So I was earning minimum $150 a week on average as of 3 months into the business, but it was almost about $250 a week as an Emerald. So if you're sitting here thinking that to earn $1,000 a month you have to get to Diamond or Once, or you have to do something rank-wise, I really don't think you do. I think you need to recruit customers, sign them up with whatever they need. I did at that point when I was only selling challenge packs, but you can earn a solid income just as an Emerald coach. Now, Diamond is amazing because you get to earn more per Team Cycle bonus, but don't trick yourself into thinking you have to be Diamond in order to get to a certain rank, or sorry, a certain income. Oh, and I was 3-star Diamond by the end of my 2nd year. One of them was my now husband, and the other one actually were my first 2 working coaches that signed up, which is very rare because it's funny, I actually signed up my twin sister for her because I wanted Success Club points 1 month about a year into my business, and now she's the 2nd coach in my downline, meaning all those coaches quit, so keep recruiting. Yeah. Not very inspiring, but keep going. And so I had a lot of coaches doing a very little bit. Now I'd say I have fewer coaches because I'm getting back to working coaches, but they're doing so much more. So there's a lot of different ways that you can grow your teams. And second, what I'm really going to dive into the rest of this morning is duplication. So how do I teach my team what I did? And first, I had my coaches get on sneak peeks, and they hated me for it, but it helped them learn right away that they need to post about coaching, they need to talk about coaching, they need to invite to coaching, and they need to claim that they are a business owner themselves and wanting to recruit to the business. All right, so how I attract working coaches. Really, this is simple. I think that we all get in our heads and get so overwhelmed with what to do and what to say, but really it's as simple as those 3 things. Number 1, post about the coaching opportunity. 2 ideas for you guys. 1 is to just write down a list of all of the things that you love about coaching, and then dig deeper into each one. So 1, just because we're all here today, probably is the community, especially since you showed up today. So what parts about the community do you like? Do you like that we're here at this event and so much of what we do is online, but this is an in-person? Do you like that you get a one-on-one mentor to help coach you? Do you like that you get to go to team retreats or summit or all of these things? And then maybe you like the income. Even if you haven't earned an income yet, what are you going to do once you do earn that income? And then talk more about price or income stuff. So think about what you like and then dig deeper. Each one of those lines that you have in your notebook is a post. Also, regarding posting, you don't have to have achieved anything before you start talking about the coaching opportunity. You can talk about your past, present, or future, and then the solution. And the solution is coaching. But the key here is to tie emotion into it. So one example that I'll give you guys is about traveling, because I totally signed up for the free trips. And so instead of saying, hey guys, I'm so excited because starting in January I get to earn a trip that's going to be in who knows where next year, let's say Dominican Republic. So excited. People will like it just because I feel like it's habit now of just like liking posts, but that's not going to motivate someone to join your team. What will is if you say, growing up, I remember never being able to go on a tropical vacation, and even all my friends coming back from school with this super dark tan because they went to somewhere tropical, and I was still pasty white, or maybe I got a burn from sitting in my backyard, but I never got to go. And with coaching, now I have the opportunity to travel with brand new friends and to experience that and be spoiled by a company that pays for the trip for me. I'm going to relate to all the people who have never been on a tropical vacation or have had that feeling of everyone else being so tan and they never got to go to a beach. So tie an emotion to whatever your goal is. Like, why is it that you want that goal? And the solution there, you guys, as you probably heard, is coaching. So coaching is allowing me to do this. Number 2, invite people to learn more about what you do. First, invite all the people that are liking your posts. Second, invite people that you are connecting with. I do like I call it 4-2-1. Have you guys heard of 5-3-1? 3-1-1. I've like done all the things. I do 4-2-1 now because I'm like, I'll just go right in the middle. But if they post about fitness, I invite to coaching. And it's a subtle, I don't do cold invites. I start off saying, hey babe, so sorry to bug you, but I just had to pop in. Are you also an online health coach? Or I'll say, hey, so sorry to bug you. I love that because they're like, oh my gosh, no, you're so sweet. You're not bugging me at all. And then I love your vibe. Your kids are adorable. Are you also an online wellness coach? So simple. That one line, no one ever is, because you can tell if there's a coach, right? You're like the typical selfie, kissing to shake out. Hopefully no one's kissing to shake out. But they're never a coach. And I'm like, no way. What do you do for work? And they're like, I'm a social worker. And I'm like, girl, you need to be coaching on my team. Why have you never considered this? And then I'm like, can I send you details? And we kind of get into it from there. But invite people to learn more about what you do. And one of my favorite tips that I got from the book called Go Pro for Network Marketers is you are not inviting to make a sale. You are inviting for people to learn more. So if you're nervous to invite, don't even think that they're going to sign. They're not going to sign up. They don't sign up in the invite. They sign up in the follow-up. So clap for your damn self if they say, sure, send me more info. And I think so many people lose focus of that and they think, oh, I didn't get a sale. But really, you did everything that you need to do to set yourself up to get them on board later on. And lastly, host your own sneak peeks. Apparently that's my theme. But get out of your comfort zone. It's never comfortable. It still is awkward for me. And find what works for you. When I did them initially, I had to call into that hotline, and then I transitioned into week-long Facebook groups. And then now I really like doing webinars so that it's all the information right up front. I try and make them 15 to 20 minutes. And it's also really easy to send out to people. So even when you're not promoting a sneak peek, you can just say, hey, I just recorded this, can I send it to you? So do what works for you. Oh, sorry, go back one sec. So I started doing this. This picture is actually a screenshot from my Instagram account. And I got it from one of my coaches because she started posting like new client, new coach. And I was like, damn, she's killing it. Like she's signing up so many people. And so that's why I do it. I want people, yes, so I do tag their name so that they can share it on their feed, but I want to look successful. I want people to say, she's signing up a lot of coaches. She has a really good group. She's doing the damn thing. And so that's why I share pictures, and it makes them feel good because they're like, oh my gosh, I got a shout out. Okay, so now once you get them signed up, how do I train them? This changes, but it remains, the theory remains the same and what I teach them remains the same. So first I send them an email, and really that's just like a hard copy of when our team calls are, where to access the team training, what our team pages are named, and all of that stuff. But I do keep talking to them wherever I'm talking to them, which is usually Instagram. So I will just break apart the email in little chunks and send it to them in Instagram. Then I add them into my team page, and my training is in units. And so that's the picture over here. It's probably really small for you guys, but Unit 1, which isn't shown here because I had to crop it, is a video from Moira Kusaba that I got from I think it was the Beachbody Champions page, and it's like 3 to 4 minutes all on vision. Vision is something I want to be really good at, and I want to train my coaches to dream bigger, and that's what I'm personally working on, but I'm not there yet. So I'm like, if you are inspired by somebody else, use what they have, and she does a really good job at that. Then, Unit 2, that's right up at the top, it's quick tasks to get out of the way. So it's like set up your website, fill out your direct deposit information, all of that. Unit 3 is really where all of the meat of the training is. And you can see, maybe you can't, one is Become an Emerald Coach, which was actually a video from Bob Lucido. And then 1A is, so thank you,
great.
1A is if you're not convinced to sign up your spouse, watch this, which is by David Atkins, so can you then we go into how to invite family and friends, how to follow up, how to do all of that stuff. So, and this is somewhat new of just like get to Emerald, because at Emerald, that's when you can start to take advantage of the team cycle bonuses. And then let's start inviting and do all of the things. And then Unit 4, which is not shown here, is just you made it to Unit 4, congratulations, set up a call with me or your upline, and let's get the ball rolling. There is more training. Unit 5 is like also from the Beachbody Champions, tons of social media training, tons of like all the things that we can get too lost in to start. And so Unit 4 is just one picture, and it's like, you're done, like let's get started type of thing. And then after the call, which we're gonna talk about next, then I say, okay, if you want more training on social media or expanding your network or something, then you can go to unit 5 and 6. Oh, and check-ins. I just check in on them. This slide is fine. I check in on them. Not everyone does. Some coaches do this in a day. Some coaches do this in a week, in a month, but I check in on them. And so when the coaches that do it in a day, I'm like, great, let's set up our call. And then if I don't hear from them in 2 days, I reach out again. I'm like, hey, how's the training going? And then I will set up a time with them then. And so guys, some people just don't do the training, but if they signed up to work the business, I still set up a newbie coach call, and I just lower my expectations a little bit because they're not even doing the very first thing. But I still set up a call because I feel like everything that we do is online, so if I can get them to talk to me and try to ask them like what their vision is, which is the first thing that we cover, like why are they coaching, it can just build that community and they can trust me more. And so that's why I still do the call even if they don't do the training, and usually they go do the training after the call. So first step on the call, ask why they're coaching. Usually I know this already, they've told me, but I love hearing them tell me in a new way, especially after watching that vision video from Moira Kusaba. Then I say, I know I added you into so many team pages and you started the training, and also corporate now sends out an amazing new coach training. So what questions do you have? And we just go over any of the questions that they have. The 2 questions I have for them, one is, do you have any questions about Emerald? Do you know what Emerald is? Let's get there. And I help them start to think about who they can sign up as their first 2 people. And my favorite question of all time, which is a game changer and all of you should ask your new coaches this, even go back now, is, if one thing were to prevent you from jumping all in with coaching, what would it be? So if you're going back to your coaches, say, if one thing were to stop, like if you had to blame it on one thing right now, why are you not more active in jumping all in with your coaching business? 99% of the time, it's time. And so when they tell me that they don't have the time or their schedule is so busy, that is when I say, okay, open up Google Calendar right now and block out chunks of time. Block in when you work, when you have to go pick up your kids from school, when you do all of these things, and then where are the chunks? Pick 1 hour or 30 minutes here and there to work your business. When I first started, since I was working full-time, I was working my whole lunch hour and 30 minutes at night, maybe 60 minutes if there was a team call or something. So it really wasn't that much, but I blocked it out in my calendar. So I have them do that, and then I have them take a screenshot of it and send it to me. Full disclosure, I don't do anything with that screenshot, and I completely forget to check in, but it's just nice for them to have that accountability of sending me when they're gonna work. If it's not time, I find this so interesting, it's confidence. And so when they tell me confidence, I actually tell them to focus on their own journey. Dive into the fitness, the nutrition, accountability, what PD are you doing, and focus on them first, because when you feel good, you wanna share that. And so I really focus on having them feel their best, and then we dig into some coaching activities. And last but not least, I end every new coach call the same, which is make a list of 50 people. And at first I say warm-ish market people, so like family, friends, friends of friends, people you went to camp with, people you played sports with, all of that sort of thing. And if you truly can't think of anybody else, then go to your social media. Then go through your followers, go through your likers, go through your story watchers. And again, I have them take a picture of that and send it to me as proof. I don't tell them what they're gonna do with that list, because I know as a new coach, if I knew I actually had to send an invite to each one of those people, I would have pooped my pants. So I just say, make a list, send it to me, and then I'm like, okay, I've got 2 scripts for you. I think you can go to the next. Yeah, so after they send me their list, I send them 2 scripts. One is for a challenge group. It's like, hey girl, I don't know if you've seen, but I just started my wellness group, or I'm co-hosting my wellness group. I'm super nervous but really excited. Would you want to do this and hold me accountable, or do this together sort of thing? The other one is for coaching, and I think they're afraid to invite to coaching right away, so the way I phrase it is, who do you want to travel with? Who would be so fun to link arms in this business and do it together? And for that script, it's up like, hey, don't know if you've seen, but I became an online wellness coach. I think that you would totally kill this with me because you're into fitness, or you're super inspiring, or you're great with your nutrition. Can I send you some more details, or are you all set? And that last phrase I've just changed in the past 2 or 3 months of, can I send you details? Game changer. I used to say, are you open to learning more? Which is great. It's too passive, for me at least. When I say, can I send you details, people are like, yes. or sure. When I say, are you open to learning more, I get ghosted a lot. Or they're like, maybe, so I think just being more direct and also ending with the out, like, or are you all set? Or is it not your jam? Or are you good to go? Or were you just supporting me? So giving them an out that way, they're like, you're so sweet, but no, I was just supporting you. And I'm like, thanks, I'm gonna invite you again in 2 months. I don't know. Okay, so also when people start responding, I say, screenshot it and send it to me. I don't love this about myself, but I'm definitely a hand holder coach. I hand hold them until they're able to make their first sale. And so when someone responds, really, I have a snippet document. I'm big into snippets and scripts and whatnot. I just follow that. And so I start off saying, okay, now send this, now send this. So I guide them through it. And then once we've been doing it for a while, I say, okay, what would you say? And then get them to say it. And then I'm like, here's the file, read through it, you know what to do, ask these questions. But it's really helpful because I find that new coaches get so excited, which I can't blame them, that as soon as someone says, I want to lose 10 pounds, or yeah, let's go with that. I want to lose 10 pounds and I want to work on my fitness. They're like, yay, Bob, here's the link.
Yes.
We have so much more though, like ask them about their nutrition and energy levels and digestion and things like that. So I do think it's our role to guide them in that conversation. Next, I do challenges. If I'm in a season where I'm not signing up a lot of coaches around the same time, I just do it one-on-one. If I am, then I group them in either a text thread or a Facebook Messenger thread. And I try and keep these really fun. And one of my best leadership tips is teach your team exactly what you're doing. So you have to do the things. So when you are sending invites, tell your group, hey, I'm sending this invite to 10 people. I challenge you to do the same. Hey, this is my follow-up that I'm doing for 50 people today. Do it too and let me know when you're done. But these challenges are really fun because first I get them to opt in almost. So I even did this on Thursday. I said, who wants to do an invite blitz on Friday? How it works is every 10 invites is one gift, post a gift in the thread, and that is one entry to win peppermint mocha, 1 packet of peppermint mocha. And they all were like, yes, totally. So getting them to opt in instead of just saying, hey, we're doing this, and they didn't have any say in it, gets them that much more committed. And it's super fun because people post gifts and they're really funny. So I do incorporate small prizes. I do them probably, I would like to do them once a week, honestly, and do like an invite blitz one week and then a follow-up blitz the next week, just super basic activities. Then recognition. I recognize the crap out of them, especially when they hit Emerald. I post about it on all my public social media pages, and on that, it is really just a picture of them, and it has like a pretty green diamond on it, because I don't know what to do for Emerald, and I post that, but in my team page, you'll see this picture right here. That's what I post in my team page. This says so close to diamond. It's a picture of them, and it has all the little bubbles that represent what diamond is. So it's like, yay, you totally hit Emerald, great job, but this is where we're going. And so I put stars. And I actually do try and change it based on the type of person that they are, but I put stars for 2, and then I'm like, 2 more, 2 more. 2 more. So yes, they're focusing on diamond and that's in the back of their mind, but they get there one person at a time. So that next time they sign up one person, I add a star. And then usually I just send it in a direct message to them. But I'm like, yay, you have 3 coaches. And I just make the biggest deal out of the smallest things, but they love it. And then once they sign up coaches, I just keep adding stars. And that way, not only is it for them, you guys, but my team sees what they're pushing for, and my team sees other people pushing for it. So I think that it's really helped in like, okay, she's got 2, I can get it. It's this little mini competition right within my team. Yeah, so I shout out Emerald times 2, Emerald times 3, Emerald times 4. Really not a thing, but it just goes with that 2 people at a time. So the last thing I wanted to mention to you guys was how I always learned match your coach's energy. If they're giving you 100%, go all in with them. If they're giving you 50%, give them 50%. But I recently realized that it is our job to motivate them. It is our job to build belief in them, especially when they don't see it in themselves. So I raise their energy, be that light of hope for them, but trust what they're showing. If you are pouring all of your heart and soul into this one coach and they have yet to finish the training, or they have never joined a team call, or they aren't advancing in Success Club or Emerald or anything, they're not filling out their track, none of the things, that's a sign that you need to take your next working coach that you've already recruited and spend more time on that person. So raise their energy, but trust what they're showing you. Don't put all of your eggs in one basket. Like I said, Gretchen, my twin sister, is now the #2 coach after a year of other coaches signing up. So trust and believe, as Sean would say, in the coach, and like hopefully they work it out, but either way, you're still recruiting and still bringing on more people. So the last slide, and then we can get into a couple minutes of questions if you wanted, was things have changed since 6 years ago. I do things differently, from the hotline to now my Facebook webinars to posting. Back in the day, the best posts were a picture of you with tons of words on it, like a home. Yeah. Remember that? Yeah. Like that was the thing. There were apps that would like add quotes on it. Not anymore. It has to be like basic and clean. And so things have changed, but I have nonstop been doing all of those things for 6 years. And I think that that's how I've been able to keep coaches coming on, but also mentor the ones that want to work the business. So I hope you found this helpful, and thank you for letting me speak to you.